Welcome to send me topics you guys want me to talk about. Send me questions you guys want me to answer, and I answer in my next videos and so forth. So, hold on, turn my YouTube off. But yeah, so as you guys know, I am a trans man. Um, and I'm actually loving the journey. It actually fits me, and I love it. I've been a trans man almost a year now. There's a lot of things that done changed in this year. As you guys see, if y'all looked at my last YouTube video that I posted, and I didn't have this hair like months ago. You know what I'm saying? I didn't, gained some weight. I was a little bit, man, before I started this thing. But so let's just take it back. Let's take it back a little bit. So I always liked the girls when I was younger. Elementary school, middle school, high school, everything. Since I was younger. I always liked the girls. I grew up in a family around boys. There's nothing really but boys in my family. Yeah, we got a couple of girls, but like they was older than me back then, so they was able to go to, the teen dances and all that stuff like that. I can honestly say my mom was a strict parent. She really didn't allow me to do none of those things. She didn't even allow me to, hang out with my big cousins like that. Kind of happy she didn't, because if I would have been in the dance, I probably would have been getting a dance from one of the females, you know what I'm saying? Watching them twerk their little booty that they had going on. But nah, so I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I respect my mom's decision. I never snuck off to even try to be with my cousin. I was just always with the boys, chilling, playing ball. I played ball since I was 8. Very good at that bitch too, so yeah. But furthermore, I was just, I always liked the females, and my cousins used to have friends come over to my auntie house, and they be like, hey, Cece, and I be like, hey, they used to want hugs and shit, and I'm right there grabbing the little booty. You know how you hug somebody, so it's just like you hug them, right? So you like, and I was like about this tall. So I'm only like 5 even now, but back then I probably was like 3 feet. So they used to be like, hey, CC, with that look, with the booty and shit, you know what I'm saying? I used to be at their legs, so I'm gripping their ass. So I knew I was like talking to myself. I'm like, oh yeah, nigga, you gay. I never wore skirts. I was just never that type of girl back then. Skirts wasn't a big thing. Like, back then they used to have what the fuck was that? What the fuck was it? It was a hairstyle that everybody used to wear, like, I guess it was, apple bottom or some shit. Whatever it was. Everybody used to get their hair done in updos and all that stuff like that, and I was just never that type. I used to get like plaits and kinky twists, some shit like that. Some shit I never used to have to get up and maintain to or get up and do and none of that stuff. So middle school, I'm not gonna sit here and say that I never had a boyfriend. I did, but I just think it was like a situationship. We both was covering up a truth of who we really are. And the reason why I say that is because he like man now. So, and he got a fiance, you know what I'm saying? He like the same sex. He like males. So I found that out once we got older. So like now it's just like we both was just playing around, we both was hiding the truth and all that stuff like that. So fast forward to high school, it was a bit challenging, you know what I'm saying? My mom was very in denial. She was very in denial about what I liked it and stuff like that. So once I got in high school, stuff started taking a turn with me and my mom, you know what I'm saying? Our bond wasn't so great. We was fighting and, like really not physical fight, but we was always arguing, like, it was terrible, you know what I'm saying? And that's something I would never, go back on or want to go back in time on. That it was the worst for me. I could honestly say that I felt like our bond would never be back tight again. But now me and my mom the bestest friends. I love my old girl. She actually is behind me 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I love it. I love her. I love my mom down and dirty, man. So yeah, we have came a long way. So in high school, I never wanted to dress like a girl. My mom was seeing it. So what I used to do, you know what I'm saying? So I used to dress up how she wanted me to dress up. It was never no skirts or nothing because she knew I never wore that. But I used to dress how she wanted to dress up. And guess what I used to do? I used to pack my clothes in a backpack and I'm going to school. You know what I'm saying? So I used to put my clothes in my backpack and change it what I really wanted to change it to. Like, I used to go down the alley, change my clothes real fast and do all that stuff like that. And I used to sneak, man. High school was rough for me. Like, I couldn't be who I wanted to be due to the fact that, you know, my mom was very in denial. So I used to sneak my backpack to school. And then right before I get home, I used to change. Like, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I used to change. Like, you know what I'm saying? And at that time, you know, mom was letting friends stay over and all that stuff like that. Whole time, these girls liking me. So it was like, I don't know. So, you know what I'm saying? We used to chill in my room and shit like that. So I had a little leeway, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, mom's caught on to the shit, and it just put a stop to it. So, yeah. So I used to have to hide. It wasn't the whole high school year that I had to do that shit, but 9th and 10th grade was definitely the year where I had to really put my clothes in my backpack and do all that bullshit. And it just, wearing girl clothes never made me happy. Playing with dolls never made me happy. Like, buy me a PlayStation for Christmas. Buy me a bike. You know what I'm saying? I was never one of them girls that wanted a bike with pink and, no. Give me a bike with some fucking pads. I want to ride somebody on the handlebars or something. That's just the type of person I was. And I knew right then and there I just was born in the wrong body. You know, my X and Y, it got screwed up. Somebody cheated. Something happened in the mix of my mom them making me. I don't agree with it at all. So high school came around. My city wasn't big on trans men and trans women, so I was never educated about it till I got 23, 22, 23, around that area, around that time, or whatever the case may be, that it actually, you know what I'm saying, dawned on me that I need to do research or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, I started doing my research on it. I started looking at the testosterone. I started looking at the top surgery. I started looking at the bottom surgery. I was like, damn, I could get jiggy with this. So I started, I got hooked up with one of my trans women, one of my, you know, I call her my sister and stuff like that. So me and her was talking, and she was like, hey, I got this dude that, you know what I'm saying, he get the testosterone, he get whatever you need. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I found out the price, and I was going through with him for months. So when I first started taking T out, it was October 2019. October 2019. I was getting my shot. I had my girl was putting the shots in my butt and shit. So I was getting the shots every 2 weeks and stuff like that. So around that time, it was like my period had stopped immediately. Immediately, my period had stopped. So I was like, oh shit, this shit is getting real. You know what I'm saying? I'm blowed. This shit is like getting real. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, okay. So my girl was just like, oh, your voice changing, your voice getting deep. I'm like, oh shit, it's going on, it's going down, it's popping. So I'm like, oh shit. So I linked up with another trans man. Shout out to Chauncey. We tight like this together with this journey that we have going on. We keep each other updated. We done worked out with each other a couple times. We keep in touch. You know what I'm saying? We both was down hard trying to find us a perfect surgery to do our top surgery. So yeah, shout out to Chauncey. So I linked up with Chauncey and stuff like that. Chauncey told me about a doctor, you know what I'm saying, that give you tea, take out insurance and all that stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So with that being said, I had stopped going to my dude like in January, February. It was all the same stuff, but I prefer going to the doctor to actually track my T, how much testosterone I got in my body, and all that stuff like that. So February is basically, it's going to be an anniversary year for me. I'm going to say I've been on testosterone for a year, and I've been transitioning for a year in February. So I've been going to the doctor ever since. I get a shot every week. On a Friday, I do it. Well, I don't do it. I have my girl do it because I ain't with all that. So, as the weeks was going, I was like blowing up. Like I was getting real big. So I'm like, God damn. You know, my mom kept saying, by this point, I have not told no one. I have not even blasted it to the world. So my mom like, you getting a little big and all that stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, actually, pause the story real quick. At that time, my lady was pregnant with our baby girl, Callie. We did that home insemination. We did that, whatever the case may be. I'm not carrying no fucking kid, okay? I'm not fucking doing it. That's just not what the fuck happening. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure I got with a girl that at least had 2 kids. One would have been better, but 2 kids, that is the fucking limit. Well, okay, 3. That's the limit. Okay, because we're not gonna have like 4 motherfucking kids running around here. I can't, my mind ain't set up for it. Hell no. So, 2 kids, by the grace of God. So we decided to have a baby. I wasn't fucking having it. I'm not gonna be around here being stupid, carrying a kid. And it's, you know what I'm saying, no offense to none of the trans men, none of the studs, it's no offense to you guys that want to carry your own baby. I wish you guys the best of luck of carrying your own child because, you know, the situation we deal with people and their kids. But to each his own. That shit was just not for me, and I just was not doing it. I don't give a damn. My eggs is cooked, scrambled, boiled, everything. That's just not what I'm doing. I'm not carrying no kids. So I took upon myself. We did at home insemination with my lady. So around that time, she was pregnant. So everybody thought I was like really getting the pregnancy weight and stuff like that. All in all, I knew deep down inside what really was going on with me. So it was just a lot was changing. Like my attitude, like my temper is short. Like I don't even have time for the stupidity. That's the side effects from taking a tea. So back to the story, you know what I'm saying? I was gaining weight and I was also going to the gym thinking that the gym would cover it up. You know what I'm saying? I was getting very, you know what I'm saying, masculine. My arms was getting big and my voice was just getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And so my mom was just like trying to figure out what's going on. One day I told my mom, like, hey, Mom, you know what I'm saying, I want to be a trans man. I told her before I even actually told her I was doing tea. I told her, she thought it was like a joke or something, but I was dead serious. So I told my brothers them, you know what I'm saying, tell a friend to tell a friend. I want to keep this thing. I want to keep this thing going. You guys can follow me on Facebook, CC Higgins. You guys also can hit me up on Instagram, KingMe0422. I need y'all to follow me. I need y'all to actually see this journey, man. This thing finna take off. And any questions, concerns, any topics y'all want to talk about, I'm freely to talk about. I'm freely. And I'm a funny ass person, so I'll give y'all the scoop and I'm going to keep it real with y'all. Till the next video, I need you guys to subscribe. All right, y'all. Y'all holler at your boy.